He walked in, told him open the door. Took the keys from one who owned him and went to the other side there into the prison house and unlocked the door and let them all out.
All right.
That's good news. And then left on his own. That's the first time hell had that problem. Somebody coming to hell who didn't belong there. What do we do with this man? And that's what the demon keepers were asking the question. They didn't get the phone call saying nothing. Pop the cell phone, look, we got a problem. Someone named Jesus down here who don't belong. He's coming out here talking about turning the place out. A thief came out before he did, who died at the same time he did, who said to Jesus on the cross, he said, you know, just remember me when you come to your kingdom. He said that Jesus told him, today you're going to be with me in paradise. He said the thief came down here and said, I just died on the cross, and Jesus died too. He said, today he's going to be with me in paradise. And who comes down to hell next? Jesus. I was the first one he looked, identified down there, and that whole crowd was a thief. He said, you're going to come out first. Kept his promise. That means that thief had to die before 6 p.m. that day. Right? Broke on eggs and all. They had to die before 6 p.m. And he arrived there, he's spreading the news. Jesus is coming. He's coming down. Well, he don't belong here. The thief belonged there. The thief admitted it. He said, we're here for the crimes we did. We're just on this cross. This man did nothing wrong. That man did nothing wrong, appears in hell. Don't belong there. What do you do with him, Satan? You got a problem. That's Satan's worst nightmare. That this was the real Messiah, the real Son of God, and now he's in my territory, getting ready to open up my prison. And let all his folks out. And he did. And consequently, those of us who believe on him don't have to even go there. He said, I went for you. Don't have to die. He said, I died for you. He that is dead and believeth on me shall live again, and he that liveth and believeth on me shall never die. Only person who came back from the dead could say that. Understand? I'm talking to somebody tonight.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to preach this message. I ain't trying to preach on. I was going to teach you about where I started. With this message. Okay, so how do we qualify for him? Well, let's look at both of them for a minute. I said previously, you don't have to cheat, steal, murder somebody, and do none of those things. You could have been a good person with the disease, and that's where you go. You have to practice being like him. You got his seed in you. You're a sinner. By virtue of the fact that you have a seed, and you're going to act just like him. You don't do sinful things. You're going to definitely act like him and dying. He lived 930 years. It says in the record, and Adam died. If the day of the Lord is 1,000 years, and 1,000 years is one day, Adam died the day he sinned. He lived to be 1 day old. Now, according to God, what God said, the day you eat thereof, you shall surely die. That day, he died. God just gave him 930 years to do it. But he still died that day. He didn't make the 1,000-year mark. He didn't make 1 day with the Lord. Died right then. This one here, his first claim is that I came from above. That makes sense different already. So I didn't start down here. I was born a virgin, but that was at the beginning of my life. I've been here. They got mad at me talking about Abraham, who had been dead by that time well over 1,000 years. He said, Abraham, rejoice to see my day. He said, Abraham rejoiced to see me during his life, and he saw me and was glad. When did Abraham see him? We know for sure when he came on the plain of Mamre and represented all three of them and talked to Abraham, his friend. Abraham was glad to see him. He made promises to Abraham. They said, you're not even 50 years old yet. And he'd been 1,500 years old. Don't make any difference. Is that, and you say you seen Abraham? What'd he say? Before Abraham was, I am. I'm before Abraham. I'm the self-existing one. I'm the one who made the heavens and the earth. Said he was in the world. The world was made. You don't buy that? Can I get another scripture I studied for tonight? This one I looked up. 1 Timothy. Haven't read the scripture in a long time. It gave me joy again. Chapter 3. Who is Jesus? It says right here, real quick. Verse 16. And without controversy, great is the mystery of godliness. God was manifest in the flesh. Now when did God do that? When was God shown in the flesh? That's Jesus. God was justified in the spirit. God was seen of angels. God preaching to the Gentiles. God was believing in the world and receiving from the glory. Who qualifies with that statement? Only Jesus. Only Jesus. There's a scripture in the Psalm that says, God alone treads upon the water. What did Jesus do one day? He came to him, walked in the water. So only God can do that. Yeah, I know. What did you say? We don't condemn you. We're not mad at you because, you know, of what you did in healing somebody. We're mad because you make yourself like God. They got the point. They got the point. Jesus is nothing less than God in a body. Why did he get put into a body for? So he could die for the sins of the world. God couldn't die. God's a spirit. So what did God do? Real smart plan. I'll make myself a body, enter a body, die for the sins of the world, and go back up to heaven again. Pay the price. And anybody who believes on me shall not perish. They'll have everlasting life. What do? Believe on him. How hard is that? How hard is that? What will he do when you believe on him? He'll do the same thing happened with Adam. He'll put his seed in you. He'll put his eternal gene in you, and you live forever. That's how it works. Wasn't fair there. You're right. But now God equaled the table. He equaled the unfairness. Now you have no right not to be saved. You have no reason not to be saved. You can look back and say, I got a bad rap back there, I got a bum deal. Yeah, you did, but now you're in salvation. Take it. Yes. Jump on it. Grab it. What do? You believe on him. Yes. And he'll save you for believing on him. It's the simplest thing you can do. It's nothing spiritual about believing. We do it every day, right? Yes. You're here tonight because you believe you get here. When you came by bus, you believe the bus was going to follow the route marked on the bus, and you got on in the road on those right streets, and you got here. Right? Took a train, you believe the train's going to come to this destination because the sign said so, and it came here. But you believe that. You didn't know that driver. And the driver didn't know you. You just believed in something that was obvious, and so you took the ride and came here, right? Yes. Those who drove your cars, you believe your car's going to get you, didn't you? You didn't get in your car not believing you're going to make it. Nobody does that. You believe you're going to make it there. Barely, maybe. Not in style, maybe. Might be hot in my car in the air conditioner, but it's going to get me there. And you got in your car and turned the key, and stepped in the gas, and drove here, and got here by believing. What's he saying? Same process. You believe on him. And he'll save you. That was the question he asked, wasn't it? In St. John chapter 6. Just a little best of salvation for real. We're going to be here sometime. Again. I think it's chapter 6.
Yeah, 629. 629.
Say it again, Mark.
629.
629, Mark said. Then said unto him, what shall we do? Then we're going to work the works of God. Let's paraphrase the question. What do we do to qualify with God? Remember, he's taking what kind of people? Perfect. So that's the question, what should we do to work the works of God? What do we do that we might be made perfect and qualified to be accepted with God? What's the answer? Jesus answered. Jesus answered and said unto them, this is the work of God, that you believe on him whom he has sent. Easy. Easy. Being born a sinner was easy. It's by default. Being born again is just as easy. This one here, you die, you go to hell. This one here, you go to heaven. You didn't go to hell because you're bad and qualified with Adam. He had his seed in you. You're not going to go to heaven because you're good. How are you going to go to heaven? Because his seed is in you. And you believe in him, and so God took you as if you were him, and he was perfect, so God said, if you're in him, believe in him, I'm going to come to you perfect. As messed up as we are,
Amen.
I'm going to come to you all as perfect. That's the news. That's what I'm jumping and shouting about. That's better than winning the lottery.
Yes.
We won.
Amen.
We won.
Yeah.
We won it all.
That's right.
And it does not yet appear what we shall be. Answer that. We can't grasp that. Can't. Not here, we really can't. I tell you, numbers, time, I have a hard time comprehending. I watch these shows sometimes, these earth shows. I was watching one special last week about the Appalachian Mountain. They have a special place in my heart, the Appalachians do, because every summer we go to Pittsburgh. And where my Aunt Connie and Uncle Odin live, behind their house, their apartment, their upstairs, was a mountain. I mean, as soon as you go out their back door, you're going up this mountain. Real steep mountain. And being kids and dumb, we decided we're going to ride in the grocery cart down the mountain. Real dumb thing. We didn't think about the cart stopping. How are you going to stop the cart? Well, it stopped. The car hit her back steps. We went flying in through the screen door. What it said on the show, the Appalachian Mountains are, you might call them sloping mountains, but not those great big like the Rockies. They're a low mountain range. And it said the program that they're eroding. It's another, 50 million years, they won't exist. If nothing, there might just be a little gentle slope or just all flat. The mountains grow and they diminish. And so the Rocky Mountains right now are diminishing. They're going down. Another 50 million years, the Rocky Mountains will be as tall as the Appalachian Mountains and so on and so forth. Well, see, I can't grasp that kind of time. If I live to be 100, that'd be a big deal to me. I don't want to get there. For a lot of reasons. I don't expect to get there for a lot of reasons. Okay? But that's a lot of years. Although I can't imagine what that would be like. Not at 62, I can't. I can imagine living for another what? 38 more years? Is that what it is? 38. That's a long time. I can't imagine that. I can't imagine 1,000 years. That's off the chart. They talk about a mountain range diminishing in the next 50 million years. It won't exist anymore. I don't know what that is. My mind can't conceive of that, can't perceive of that. I can't perceive 50 million dollars. Not really. You think about this, there's one guy who, this advertisement, he said, just think, I can walk in here and totally buy everything. It'd be hard to adjust to having to know how much things cost, to going in and just buy the store. Think about them all. Can't imagine that. We can't imagine living that many years and never get old, or tired, or sick, or hungry, no doctor, no old folks homes, no hospital. We can't picture that. That's what he's offering. He's offering everything that comes with it. Life is only as good as life is. That make sense?
Yes.
Okay? To live forever, sick would not be a big deal. At all. But to live forever healthy, I'll go for that. With no glasses ever, no need for a giant print Bible ever, I can go for that. Never ache, never pain, whether you got a sleep number bed or not. I don't see anything about having beds in heaven, period. I don't see anything about going to heaven and going to have to sleep. What kind of body is that going to be? That's why it said, beloved, now are we the sons of God, and it doesn't yet appear what we shall be. But we know that he shall appear, we shall be what? Like him.
That's right.
How old is Jesus? Well, let's see, he left earth about 2,000 years ago. And that's a short visit. He said when he was on the earth, before Abraham was, I am. That takes him back another 1,500 years. And then it says, the world was in the world, and the world was made by him. And they say this earth is about 5 billion years old. Wow. And that he was before the earth. And then he asked Job, he says, where were you when I laid the foundation of the earth? And all the heavenly choirs sung for joy, where were you? When I spoke it into existence, when I spoke space into existence for the earth, where were you? He's been around.
Yes.
I want to be with him. Right?
Yes.
I want to join his side.
Yeah.
Just makes sense to live forever. And not just live life to its fullest.
Yeah.
That's the Miller beer had in mind, Miller High Life. When they named it, they had something like that in mind, okay? They fell far short of it, but you know, they've been having, there's another Miller company there.